week 5 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few wide receivers I would drop this week. The first guy is DJ Chark Jr. of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So DJ Chark, he's out for the season after getting an ankle injury where he fractured it on Thursday Night Football last week versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And Chark, so far, he was doing pretty decent with Trevor Lawrence the first few weeks of the season before getting hurt. Week 1 at Houston, 3 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. Week 2 versus Denver, 1 catch, 19 yards. And Week 3 versus Arizona, 3 catches, 49 yards and a touchdown. And Week 4 at Cincinnati, he was blocking, and James Robinson and a defensive player rolled on DJ Chark's leg, and that ended his season. So right here, Chark, he had some decent upside this season as a third wide receiver, fourth wide receiver on fantasy rosters. But now he's confirmed out for the season, Urban Meyer said, and there's no reason to hold on to him. Even in keeper or dynasty leagues, there's no reason to hold on to him. So hopefully Chark has a speedy recovery and comes back next season with a good season. But right now, he's done for the season, and he's a wide receiver to drop this week. The second guy is Will Fuller of the Miami Dolphins. So Will Fuller last season had one heck of a season before he got busted for PEDs last year. Now Will Fuller, he's week to week with a broken finger. Miami Dolphins wide receiver here. And we'll see if he's going to play this week, but I don't know if he will at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But anyway, even besides the broken finger, he just hasn't contributed. The first 2 weeks of the season he missed, one because of suspension and one because of conditioning and injury. And then Week 3 at the Vegas Raiders, 3 catches, 20 yards and a 2-point conversion. And then Week 4 versus the Colts, 1 catch, 6 yards. So right here, it's a mess altogether over there in Miami. Their running back's not really doing much. Quarterback's been a mess with Tua or Brissett, whoever you want to put behind center there. And the offensive line is just not blocking. So right now, with the injury and lack of production, I think Will Fuller is an easy drop this week here. And he's already been dropped in 6% of fantasy leagues. And the third and final receiver I would look to drop this week's Brandon Aiyuk of the San Francisco 49ers. So Brandon Aiyuk, he's pretty much been a non-factor this season in fantasy football, and he was a guy a lot of people had high hopes for, drafting him in the 4th or 5th round coming into the season here. But right now it's been a big struggle for Aiyuk on the season. Week 1 at Detroit, he didn't do anything. No catches, no targets, nothing. Week 2 at Philly, 1 catch, 6 yards. Week 3 versus the Packers, he got in the mix a little bit. 4 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown on 6 targets. And Week 4 versus the Seattle Seahawks, 1 catch for 15 yards on 3 targets. And now Trey Lance, it looks like he probably is going to be the starter over there in San Francisco. And he was targeting mostly Deebo Samuel and George Kittle in that second half of the game where they had to throw the whole ball game. So right now, with the Week 5 matchup at Arizona and then the bye in Week 6, pretty much Brandon Aiyuk, in my opinion, he has no value for at least the next 2 weeks. Maybe in Week 7, after their bye, he'll get more into the playbook and get more snaps on the field. But right now, in my opinion, there's no reason to hold on to Aiyuk since he's pretty much did nothing the whole season. So that's a few wide receivers I would look to drop here in Week 5 of the fantasy football season.